If you're a brand owner who's selling into on Amazon and in retail as well, what happens is you are selling your product to the distributors and then they are selling to the retailers who are then selling to the consumers part. Now what happens is all of the distributor or your retailer, they have original product of your brand, they have proper invoice, so they can sell it on Amazon as well. And after some times what happens is you do not have control on who is selling on your Amazon listing. There are many sellers out there, like you can say 30 or 40 resellers on the same listing of your brand's product, and now the environment is chaotic, no one is taking proper ownership. Resellers are there to sell, they are not there to optimize your SEO, your creatives, and to make sure you stay market competitive on the Amazon platform. If you are a brand who has grown to this stage where you are into the distribution already and who's stuck with this issue, today's video is about you. So today's video is basically about Amazon transparency program, but it's going to cater this particular issue of yours. I'm going to share a detailed guideline on what is Amazon transparency program, how does it give you protection, how to enroll into it, what is the procedure to proceed further. I mean everything to get you enabled enough so you can execute that part. Amazon has different programs for your brand's intellectual property protection. If you see on the screen, we have brand registry, which is kind of compulsory for every third party brand or every small brand, every brand I would say on Amazon platform. It's compulsory for every brand to trademark, to do the trademark of their brand, and then do brand registry so they can get some additional features, and then again they can get the basic layer of protection. Then after that there is Amazon transparency program, which is what we are going to discuss today, and then there is Project Zero. So Project Zero, in my opinion, does not cover everything. So it covers counterfeit only those products which you can see with naked eyes. Okay, so these products are different. So it is just kind of, you can say, to facilitate your brand registry process. Like let's say you see a reseller and you see that this is not the actual seller, and it's the product is with the main image as well, the product is not looking same. Then Amazon gives you that access where you can remove that hijacker or the person who has piggyback on your listing. You can remove them by yourself. It definitely has a certain criteria that you need to have 90% plus approval rate for all the infringements you have filed on brand registry. Only then you are allowed. But this Project Zero works only when you're a small brand who's not on multiple sales channels, and definitely when you do not have distributors and resellers. At that stage Project Zero works well. But once you have grown a step ahead and you have entered into the retail world where you are selling your product to distributors, and distributors are selling directly on your Amazon listing, even though you have bound them in the contract, but still some of them are violating that, or even if they are not violating that, they have their resellers who are doing it. So sometimes if you are based in USA, you can get that thing controlled by with the help of your legal team. But if you're not based in USA, like let's say you are a Australian brand, or maybe a brand out of Europe and you are selling in USA, so a brand out of maybe UAE, so these kind of things, if you are not based in USA, sometimes, I would say most of the times, it gets hard to engage with your legal team and make sure that none of your distributor who is not allowed by contract to sell on Amazon, to stop them. It gets pretty hard. So at that stage, this is the transparency program, which I love. So what is transparency program? Basically, it gives you a unique 2D transparency barcode. I'll show you later on in the video as well, and this barcode is unique for each unit of your enrolled SN. Like let's say you have 10 SNs, 10 different SNs, and every SN has, let's say, 100,000 units. So each barcode for every unit of every SN is going to be different. And we print that barcode and then we paste it on the product. Now what happens is, whoever, either you or your distributor, has that transparency code, only their product will be allowed to sell on Amazon. Anyone other than that will not be allowed. So it's a easy way, I believe it's a very legit way to control who is allowed to sell on your Amazon listing and who's not, especially when Amazon contributes a big chunk to your to your overall brand sale. So let's discuss the step-by-step guide, or let me walk you through the whole process so you can understand all this, the cost related to it, and how does it work. So this is the link, brandservices.amazon.com//transparency/go. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to fill up your details like email, first name, last name, brand name, and all these details, and click the submit button. Then a representative from Amazon transparency program, they contact you back on your email, and then they guide you how you can sign up for the transparency portal. Now it's something different, like we have a seller central account, then we have a brand registry separate portal, and then again for the transparency there is a separate portal like portal.transparency.com. They get you enrolled or sign up for that program. Once you enter into that, there are three basic things which you are supposed to do in your transparency portal. So the first thing is you're supposed to enroll the essence, then you can generate the barcode, and third thing is that you can generate the reports and see how things are going up, how many counterfeit products are there, what is my approval rate, and all these kind of things. I'll discuss about that part later on. The good part is that you can also give child access to your distributors of the transparency portal, but those distributor or anyone who you are going to give access of the transparency portal, they need to have an Amazon Seller Central account on their own name, so they can only then they'll be eligible to get the access. And what happens is, like, let's say you have a distributor who is who has the exclusivity for Amazon platform, so you can give them the access, and then they can control or they can avail that opportunity by using the transparency codes. Otherwise, let's say you have given me your exclusivity for Amazon sales channel, but then again I can't exercise that because all of your distributors are also reselling, and I am consistently in fight with them, and they are telling to Amazon that okay, so we have this product purchased from an authorized seller, this is the proper invoice, so by law of USA we can sell that, and Amazon will be blank in this scenario. So by law they are allowed to do so, they are not doing any illegal thing. So to make sure that you exercise that exclusivity, you need to give access to your distributor of the transparency portal, where they can generate the barcode put upon the products or assets which they have particularly purchased from you, so they can exercise that exclusivity part. So you can give the child account access like we give for the Seller Central or even for the brand registry. So let's discuss about the product enrolling step. So there's a tab there, enroll a product. You need to click there, and then you download a spreadsheet, you fill up that, you upload that back again, and then within 48 days Amazon enrolls your particular SN, whichever you want to get enrolled into the transparency program. Then after that you need to go to the request code tab. In that tab you will see your particular SN showing up, and against that particular SN you can generate the barcodes. In one go you can generate up to 100,000 barcodes, and once you click on the generate barcode button, it takes around 30 minutes, and then after that on your registered email Amazon will send you a CSV file which you can download, and then print the labels out of it. The cost is, if you have around 1 million units sold of the enrolled units of the enrolled essence particularly per annum, then your cost per label is around 5 cents. If it is 1 million to 10 million units sold or the codes you need per annum, then your cost is around 3 cents, and if it's more than 10 million, then the cost is even less than that. So this is the cost related to that part. Now let's see how does the transparency label look like. If you can see on the screen here, there are these 4 types of labels. So this is the first one and second one. There are 4 components, around 4 components of the transparency label. First one is this Amazon transparency logo, which Amazon claimed this is the transparency logo, not an Amazon logo, to encourage you guys that you can use this thing in other sales channel as well. Now here's a shady area. I would like to be very open about it. So if you go through Amazon Seller University transparency content, or you talk to their representative, then they say that in a very subtle way. So it's not compulsory, it's not imposed, it's not emphasized on, but then again they kind of mention that we encourage you, or we want you to use these barcodes on the products, I mean, which are being sent to the other sales channel as well, like in the retail. So they do want you to put up this logo. Now it's a very shady thing. I mean, they're not very strict about it. There's nothing very legal kind of contract about it, but then again they mentioned that, so I'm not sure about it. It's kind of a shady area, and I would like to be very open about it right now. Up till now we are only using it for the Amazon sales channel and not for the retail channel. I mean, the products which are being distributed to the retail, but still this is something which I want to be very clear about. So the second component is this 2D transparency data matrix code, this one, the QR code basically. The third one is this product identifier, the GTIN, the UPC barcode, and the fourth one is this thing, scan with the Amazon shopping app. So kind of they want to do their advertising. There are 4 kind of labels, and all 4 of them are acceptable, and their recommendation to use is kind of based upon different scenario. For example, this label 1 and 2, they are recommended when you have your GTIN barcode already printed on your packaging. So that is done, and I would like to clear about this part as well. Putting up a transparency code does not mean you are not supposed to put up your SN or your UPC barcode on the packaging. So your UPC barcode need to be on the packaging. Along with that, the transparency barcode need to be on the packaging, and it is recommended from Amazon side to put both on the same side, so they do not miss that. I mean, they do not need to rotate the packaging completely to figure out, okay, so on one side there was the GTIN barcode and on other side there was this transparency. So they ask and recommend that use both GTIN and transparency code on the same side. But these 2 labels are recommended to use when you have your GTIN barcode printed on the packaging already. The third one is when you are putting up GTIN barcode, also applying it as a label. So what you can do is you can use the transparency and GTIN barcode in the same place. And the fourth label is when you want to do some advertising of your brand. So here can come the brand logo, your brand name, and then again it can be condition or maybe your manufacturing lot, and then again you're a part of your title as well to advertise about the product, especially if you have different versions of the same product, so it can help out in that part. So these are the 4 different types of the same transparency code, and all 4 are acceptable. So now we have downloaded the transparency code, we have seen how do they look like. Then the next step is to get them printed. Now there are 3 options to get it done. First thing is before that I would like to mention here, there is a specific requirement to print the transparency code. You need to have the thermal printer, not the inkjet printer. You need to have the thermal one because of the temperature at FBA fulfillment center and a couple of other reasons, I guess the quality as well. And then again, let me show you this part here. This is Amazon guideline. So you need to have the thermal transfer printer. The DPI should be 300 or more than that, so the pixel quality is good enough to scan. And then again, these are the for all 4 labels which we have seen in the other PDF file. These are the height and width of each type of label type 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a kind of instruction. And then again, Amazon has also recommended, okay, so these are the website from where you can purchase the thermal barcode. But then again, you know that, I mean, we have to purchase that already. So now once we know how to download that, what does it look like, what is the criteria for the size of the label, and then again the printer requirement. After that, there are 3 options to download these transparency barcodes. The first one is you can get it printed on your packaging from your manufacturer, so straight simple. Now then again, definitely each transparency barcode is different, so I believe it should work like you are designing the space for the transparency barcode on your packaging, and once the packaging is printed out, then maybe there's going to be a second round where each packaging is going to be a specific transparency 2D matrix barcode is going to be printed on each packaging one by one. So there must be a procedure for that, but Amazon allows you to print on the transparency barcode on your packaging. So this is the first thing. Second thing is like you can create an account with Amazon vetted service provider. I guess they call it TSF or something. So it's transparency Amazon vetted service provider. These are basically, and I guess TSP, transparency service provider. And then Amazon, if you once you are in contact with Amazon transparency portal representative, they are going to share the contact details of these people. They are all over the world, the transparency service providers in USA, Brazil, India, in all the major countries, in Europe, in UK, in China. So you can send this CSV file to them. They'll convert it into PDF, and then they know all the criteria, how to download or how to print out these transparency barcodes, and they'll get it done for you, and you will be kind of a bit at ease that they're not going to make any mistake which can ruin the acceptance of your inventory at the FBA fulfillment center. So this is the second option. The third thing is Amazon says that you can get it printed from any third party labeler, anyone who can print these labels for you and send it to you. So it's your call. For this third step, or even for the first step where you are getting it printed on your packaging, the recommendation is to send the label before applying it on your product. Send it to your Amazon transparency representative and get their approval. The reason is, if there is any mistake, like let's say you have put up the label on maybe 10,000 units and there's a mistake on the transparency code, and you send it to Amazon warehouse, the product will be accepted definitely based upon your GTIN barcode, but then again it won't be enrolled for the transparency program. So you need to make sure that you take care of this part. So once you have successfully generated the barcodes and you started applying on your product, on your packaging particularly, either you are getting it printed or you are applying it, the next thing is this is a step which you should do, that is the OPR, operational process review. So you need to then again go to the essence in the transparency portal and go to the OPR option, download the spreadsheet, then fill up the details and upload it, and then Amazon will put your particular SN in OPR. It will show the status from enrolled to in OPR. It means that all of the people who are selling or sending the product to Amazon warehouse, be it you as a brand owner, be it your distributor, be it any third party person who is sending the inventory to Amazon FBA, Amazon gives around 30 days notice that this is the sell through period. Sell all of your unlabeled inventory, and after these 30 days only that inventory of the enrolled particular essence will be accepted, which has the transparency barcode. So Amazon passes through your essence through their OPR system, where the inventory is passing through a particular machine and making sure that every unit has a unique transparency code or label on it, and those units which do not have the transparency labels, or the label is not printed properly, or it is misprinted, or let's say one unit is printed for multiple essence, so these kind of things, or maybe label of let's say SN A is printed on SN B. So due to these 3-4 reasons it can be rejected, and Amazon will share report with you, which you can access in the transparency portal and see how many of your essence are rejected and all that part. Once your OPR success rate is 98% plus, then Amazon will change the status of your your SN from in OPR to secured, which means now your SN is actually protected, and anyone who is going to make an attempt to send the inventory to Amazon FBA, even if it's legit, even if they have purchased from your legal distributor, and then again they have proper invoice, they won't be able to sell on Amazon platform because they do not have that transparency label. So only you or your authorized distributor who have access to the transparency portal will be able to sell your product on Amazon. So this is how it is. Then again, the last thing is there is a report section in transparency portal where you can download and see, okay, so how many how many units out of total units sent to Amazon FBA were rejected, and what was the reason for that rejection, and all other kind of details which you can see through the report part. So this is all for the transparency program. I believe it's very useful for those brands who are either, I mean, who have grown into the retail world and now they're planning to enter the Amazon world. So we help many brands in doing this part, if someone is still watching the video at this point. And the other thing is, those brands who have started from Amazon but now they have grown into the retail world and they are facing these kind of challenges, the transparency program can help them to sort out these challenges in a very easy and legit way. Another last thing, all of the units which do not have label, Amazon may proceed for the counterfeit under the counterfeiting laws of Amazon. I've not explored those yet, but Amazon will proceed with counterfeiting laws, anti-counterfeiting laws, basically for those particular sellers who have sent the product without the transparency barcode, because then Amazon is expecting that it is someone else, it is someone who's not authorized from the brand owner, which is you. So this is the last thing, and I hope you find this video valuable. Do like the video and click the like button, subscribe the channel, and stay tuned for more such well researched and well detailed videos. Goodbye.